Craig, be honest with me. Is this execution going to be between the Crusher and Indicant's trial? And right after asking that very question, I realized something truly horrible. The character I trusted the most in the entire game might actually be the killer for this chapter. I went into Danganronpa, expecting a murder mystery. I knew it was going to be darker as well because of all of the memes circulating on the internet at the time. What I wasn't expecting was that the game would break my trust of every character around me. When unfamiliar with Danganronpa, the premise is truly deceptive and simple. A group of talented students are trapped inside this one school. The only way to escape is to get away with murder. Someone commits a murder, everyone in the class investigates what happened, and after, class trial is played to determine who this killer is. If the class identifies the killer correctly, the killer is executed, but if they get it wrong, everyone else dies. The game's structure revolves around 3 phases. Daily life. The school mode here shows pretty well, where you interact with characters and build relationships. Take note. You can also do this in the school, is where I currently am playing to finish all of the achievements. Is also when you investigate murder, where you gather any evidence you can find, and finally the class trial, where everyone debates what actually happened. You hear me? During these trials you can shoot contradiction, people's statements, and there are also multiple mini games during the class trials. It's loud, honestly, one of the most unique ever played. The real strength Danganronpa isn't just the myth, it's also the characters themselves. Each student has their own personality, their own motivations, their own talent of some sort. During free game, the game encourages you to spend time with each of them and to learn about them and slowly fill out their report cards. Without realizing it, the game definitely gets you emotionally invested, and that really hurts when the trials show that they're the killer in some cases. You probably saw at the very start of this video my favourite character. Picked for my favourite character. Which was Trial 3. So a few people had already died by that point. And I'd spent most of my free time with this character. Got some really nice skills as well. I had finished my entire report card, so I had every bit of information. When the investigation started, I had zero clue who it could be. Which is where it then hit me the hardest, where I started realizing, as it slowly got on in the trial, who the evidence was. And one started in that I had judged this person entirely. It was rough, but I think that's what makes the game work. Truth is, even when I started predicting some things, the game, it still managed to surprise me. The real tension wasn't from solving who did it, what, showing that every relationship you make could collapse under pressure. When you've got multiple games like Hangman's Gambit, it's basically just Hangman. But you've got to pick out the right evidence for the right job. You've got to sometimes watch the trial bit first, and then gather another shot that you don't originally have, then contradict one.
You hear me?
Or when you have to pick who you want, or even the rhythm-based game. Right, so a 1v1 between you and one of the characters. The relationships make that, especially when you realize going to, and that definitely hit me hard while I was playing, because I realized late, in my opinion, that my favorite character was going to kill. But it's also what made the game great. Between that, a mix of the art style alone, I really enjoyed. The animation of the execution were on point. Honestly, this game, I don't know if I could rate it like 100, or like, well, I guess out of 10 it would. I'd probably say it's like a 8.5 out of 10. We are going into full spoilers for Danganronpa, so if you haven't played the game yet, now's your chance to stop watching. So the one thing that definitely Danganronpa as a series is its visual design mixed with all its audio clues. The game mixes all these bright colours, as you can even see from school mode, with exaggerated animation of almost cartoon. Nowhere is clearer than the executions, which seem designed around the character at target. Even if that character ends up being dead, like in one of the cases, but Monokuma then finds out about Alter Ego. Alter Ego dies in Sayaka's execution. And it is brutally glorious to watch these animations. It's so theatrical. Spare isn't just happening in the game, it's also being performed in front of your eyes at every. Before I move on to more about the Trial 3. Ooh, you're gonna learn who I trusted the most. Let me just throw down below some clips of a well, not throw down below, but let me just throw down some of my favorite executions out of the 6 we see. And then you can just see for yourself how visually stunning they are. Yeah, it was kind of hinted at the start of this video. And then later when I was on about how the game gets you connected to the characters. The character I spent most of my free time with at the start was Alessia. And it really paid out as well. Like, she gave me instantly off the rip a skill that just lets me find more game so much easier. And the clues were all there in front of me the whole time, and I just never realized until it was too late that she was a killer. Like, she was leading the investigation. She asked if a specific yell would be fine if she saw something, and that should have been the first red flag. But I thought it was just some sort of humor the game was trying, and it worked it so well. I mean, and as you saw, until very trial where I had to didn't know who it could be until all the pieces started falling into place for me. Some of the trials, it is very obvious who the killer is. I mean, the first trial, you basically get told it's Leon, and I missed that, I'll admit. Yeah, I haven't been the smartest while playing, haven't been reading into many things, but I have had some correct make it easier. But yeah, I did know about I knew about Celeste's trial, the GIF from Limbus Company. Another game I really enjoy, when one of their egos came out called Indicant's Trial. That wasn't even me covering up that who was the murderer. It was genuinely, I didn't know entirely what was going on. So I just said to my mate, oh, the Crusher being the meme that was going around, or Indicant's Trial being the only other execution I knew of. And throughout the game, I had so many theories about what was going on. Hell, I even misread what the game was telling me at one point before the game even confirmed it, because they said, oh, there's enough people here to fit 60 students. I read that as, yeah, no, that is going to be a 16th later in the game. There was and wasn't. It's very complicated. When the 5th trial rolled around and it was revealed, oh, the 16th student was killed before we even meet her. The mystery wasn't the murder themselves, it was who was controlling this system, because none of the characters knew who they were. One of my other theories was, oh yeah, Mondo is eventually going to kill someone, because he was the ultimate biker gang. To me, that just screamed, yeah, he's gonna kill. And yeah, he did end up killing someone in the second trial. Before the second trial, even. It was really affirming, honestly. Because I was like, oh, my theory was right. Maybe all of my other ones are gonna be right. And then we rolled round to the last 2 trials. It turns out Kyoko's execution / death scene, that was straight up a dream sequence. It happens in the game, but not really. It was the illusion of choice hitting you. That, oh, we're gonna watch Kyoko die here. No, turns out that was just you imagining it, because you play as Makoto. Oh my god, was that payout worth it? Because it was like, oh, I'm expecting it to happen. And then it never actually happens. You die in the 5th trial. And then it fails because Alter Ego, despite being killed, was able to put himself into the system. So he was able to save your life, and Monokuma just assumed that you were dead after
Listen to me.
you fell down a pit at the end of the execution. And then the final trial comes around after Kyoko comes and saves you, and Monokuma's like, yeah, I'll let you guys have another shot at it. I'll unlock everywhere to give you access to everywhere, gather as much evidence. But with this trial, you've also got to figure out not just who did it, but who is controlling me. It was very clear that Monokuma did the kill. I got it pretty much in the 5th trial. I was like, yeah, no, it's gonna be Monokuma. And as the trial kept going on, I was like, oh, yeah, no, this is locking it in. But who's now the mastermind? And I noticed something about the kill, which links back to the start of the game, where Junko dies. Turns out Junko was the mastermind. And it wasn't really Junko. She had put her twin sister into a disguise to serve as her. And Junko killed her own sister, which I realized because of just the wounds on the body already. They said, oh, these wounds are old. But they matched where Junko got killed. For overall game, even though I managed to predict some of the parts in it, it still surprised me. Not because of the mystery, but because of how well it is a genius game. I'm gonna say it. Especially in the way it manipulates you, believing what it wants you to believe in. And my god, it make it experience. It manipulates your trust in those so well that I honestly think better game does it like that. And it's gonna be an experience that stays with me. Hell, as you see from the gameplay, I'm trying to 100% it now. And it will be my first game that I 100%. And I've got the other games in the series. So I'm gonna play them and try and 100% them. And if this is how the first game was, I'm terrified to see what this second one does. Sure, there will be what exactly thought of it compared to this one. Maybe if I end up watching the anime after. Because I have been told that it goes into spoilers for the second game, so I shouldn't watch it until then. Maybe I'll do a video comparing both of the games to the anime as well. So, yeah, I would honestly say this game is a really good game, and I cannot recommend it. Second video, whether that video does continue the trend of despair versus hope, which was throughout this game.